Jackson, what are you doing for a living?
Sell cars.
Justin, what are you doing for a living?
I help people with their automobile needs.
What are you doing for a living?
Selling cars.
50?
Sales professional.
Melissa?
Selling something someone needs.
Okay. Justin got the answer right. And here's the reality of it. Do people sit around the kitchen table in West Tennessee on a Saturday morning and before they go shopping for cars say, let's go get sold a car?
No.
What do they say?
We need to buy a car.
Let's go buy a car.
Let's go buy a car.
Do most people like to be sold?
Not at all.
But do most people love to buy?
Yes.
Adopt this attitude, and it's more than a matter of semantics. Okay, some people say, well, whether I'm selling cars or helping people buy cars, it's the same thing. No, it's not. Alyssa, if I perceive that you're actually trying to help me make a good decision, you're helping me buy a car. Jackson, if I perceive you trying to sell me something, it's going to be way more difficult for you to help me buy a car. One of the beautiful things about what I do for a living is I get to meet some really, really good salespeople, some really, really good sales managers. And by the way, you got some really, really good sales managers here. Brad, I mean, that guy's aces. I mean, he is first class. And I'm telling you, I know more bad sales managers, not because they're bad human beings, just because they don't understand how to manage people, than I do good sales managers. Brad's a good one. Sam Hamity, one of the best automobile dealers I've ever met, and I've met over 1,000 automobile dealers. I've been in over 1,000 different stores in 41 years. Sam Hamity, they don't make them like him. He cares about his people. I mean, he cares about y'all making money. He doesn't want salespeople not making money. I know lots of dealers, they could give a damn about what their salespeople make because they're just going to turn them over and bring in some new ones. But if you adopt the attitude that you're helping people buy cars, it'll bleed through in every part of your presentation. I know salespeople who literally at meet and greet let the customer know that they're not going to sell them a car. They let them know. They'll say, hey, look, 50, you've done some internet research, right?
Sure have.
You got a bunch of information, right?
Sure do.
I'm going to guess you don't need anybody to sell you anything, do you?
I know everything about it.
What I'd like to do is help you buy the right car today. Will you let me do that?
Sure.
Watch how the customer's demeanor changes. The walls start to come down. If I think you're trying to help me buy and help me make a good decision, I am way more likely to buy a car from you. So, adopt the attitude that you are a person that helps people buy cars and trucks, new or used. Tell the customer that. Alyssa, you got the biggest advantage of anybody in the room. You know why?
Why?
Females are more trustworthy. People would rather deal with females, I'm telling you. I mean, females would rather deal with females, males would rather deal with females. So use that to your advantage. I mean, don't break that bond of trust. Help people buy trucks, help people buy cars, help them buy new, help them buy used. If they ask you a question and you don't know the answer, what should you do?
Say, I don't know.
I
get the answer for
don't
you.
know. I would tell people you're brand new. Okay? I know salespeople who've been doing this for 30 years who still tell customers they're brand new. People buy, the internet's changed a lot of things about our business, but people still buying from people. If I like you, 50, I'm more likely to buy a car from you. If I like you, Jackson, I'm more likely to buy a car from you. Dustin, if I think you're trying to help me buy a car and make a good decision, I'm more likely to buy a car from you. I didn't know this. And the way I was trained to sell a car in the late 70s, early 80s would make me a convicted felon today. Okay? It was bad. We were taught to lie. We were taught to give customers no information. By the way, customers had no information back then. There was no internet, there were no cell phones. There weren't even stickers on the trucks. People would say, how much is that truck? We'd say, how much you got? So the reputation that automobile salespeople have, it's due to people like me. Now, I'm reformed, okay? I've seen the light. I've discovered that telling the truth, A, works, and B, is a whole lot easier than lying. When I was younger, I could remember my lies. As I got older, I couldn't remember my lies anymore. If you can't remember your lies, you better not lie. So telling the truth is okay. Will it hurt you sometimes? Sure. But not telling the truth will always hurt you in the long run. Okay? You know what Sam does with his Motor Trend program is he literally has created a program that gives customers more. I mean, this is expensive. This adds cost to every Motor Trend certified vehicle. A warranty is not cheap. All these coverages, not cheap. Giving them paying for their first oil change is not cheap. Giving the customer the ability to bring the car back and exchange it, not cheap. Guaranteeing them that if they find a similar vehicle with the same benefits somewhere else is not cheap. But the truth of the matter is this. What percentage of the customers do you think keep shopping after they buy a car?
No.
Very, very minuscule. I mean, there's crazy people out there that will go scour the internet looking for a similar vehicle with the same benefits. But most people just want to feel like they got a good deal. Justin, what's a good deal in Western Tennessee in the customer's mind?
A good deal in West Tennessee?
Yeah, on a car or a truck, new or used. What's a good deal?
When I feel like I'm winning.
Okay, it's a perception, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no definition of a good deal from the consumer standpoint. But they need to feel like it's a good deal. And whose job is it to help the customer feel like it's a good deal? It's us. If customer leaves here because they didn't think they were getting a good deal, shame on us. Okay, that is my